Wait, Kevin Durant almost went back to the Warriors? For a span of 5 consecutive years, the Golden State Warriors were the dominant force in the NBA. Period. They went to 5 straight NBA Finals, won 3 of them, should have won 4, and the 5th one was lost due to injury. For 3 of those 5 finals, the Warriors had a dynamic duo of Steph Curry and Kevin Durant as their pillars, alongside Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. But after the 5th finals appearance, KD bailed for reasons known only to him. Yet, amidst his issues with the Nets, things almost went to a place where he was back with the Warriors. Curry confirms the rumors. The Golden State Warriors just won their 4th title in 8 years, and are primed to contend for a 2nd straight title by running it back with mostly the same roster. However, Finals MVP Steph Curry confirmed a report that surfaced in July about the team's interest in acquiring Kevin Durant after he requested a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. A potential reunion was considered highly unlikely at the time, as The Athletic's Marcus Thompson reported that Golden State stars weren't pressing the front office on the idea, but rather stunned that it was even a possibility. Well, Curry just confirmed those rumors during an interview with Rolling Stone, saying that he was never hesitant about the idea of playing with Durant again. There was a conversation internally about if he was available, would you? I was never hesitant, Curry said. Every team has those conversations, and obviously, they're going to call and ask me, how do you feel about it? Given the amount of success the Warriors experience with Durant on the team alongside Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, it's not surprising that the 2-time MVP would relish the idea of suiting up with KD again. Golden State won back-to-back titles with Durant on the roster and made it to 3 straight finals during his time with the team. However, following the 2018-19 season, Durant decided to join the Brooklyn Nets in what was widely seen as a surprising move from the Hall of Fame talent. Durant was heavily criticized for joining the already dominant Warriors, and when he left, he was criticized again for leaving a successful situation. Even this summer, when Durant requested a trade from the Nets, he was criticized again. But after spending 3 seasons on the same team with Durant, Curry thinks he's misunderstood. The idea of playing with KD and knowing who he is as a person from our history in those 3 years, I think KD is a really good dude. I think he has had certain things happen in his life that hurt his ability to trust people around him, in a sense of making him feel safe at all times. So all of those things, I understand, having played with him and gotten to know him. I love that dude. But acquiring Durant comes at a price, and a rather hefty one given what Brooklyn was asking for prior to KD withdrawing his trade request. Golden State would have had to give up several of the key pieces that helped it win the championship this past season. Guys like Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole, who played vital roles in its championship journey. Curry knows that too. And if he said, oh, KD's coming back and we're going to play with him, I had so much fun playing with him those 3 years, I'd be like, hell yeah. Then you have to think, what does that actually mean? What does it look like? You tell me I'm playing with current Warriors teammates Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, and Draymond Green, I'm like, hell yeah. There's all types of emotion and things that happen to the league. And if anybody's saying that you wouldn't entertain that conversation, no disrespect to anybody on our team. You don't know how things work. But you also understand, like, if we run this thing back, I've got complete confidence in my team that we can win it again as constructed. While it doesn't sound like the Warriors were ever seriously discussing trading for Durant, Curry's transparency in saying he would team up with him again certainly lets the mind wander about what could possibly happen a few years from now. Durant still has 4 years left on his deal with the Nets, and the size of his contract is what eliminated many teams around the league from trying to trade for him. But maybe 2 years from now, if Durant asks for a trade again and Curry and the Warriors are still interested, perhaps they take a more serious look at bringing him back to the Bay Area. If that happens, well, we already know how it went the first time. Remember, when KD went to the Warriors the first time, it was after his bitter ending with the Oklahoma City Thunder due to issues with Russell Westbrook. Steve Kerr met with Durant and told him that if he didn't come to the team, they could win a ring without him, which they proved before, but if he joined, they could win multiple rings, which they did. So the idea is tantalizing, even if a repeat exit could have loomed in the future. We still don't know why he left the first time despite the success the team had. But once again, Curry won a title without Durant once the Warriors got to full power again, thus fulfilling Kerr's prophecy once again. But even though this rumor is being confirmed now, many talked about the potential when the subject was first broached. Legacy. After winning his fourth championship and much-deserved NBA Finals MVP not too long ago, Steph Curry solidified himself as arguably one of the top 10 best players of all time. Years of talk saying Curry needed Kevin Durant's help to win 2 championships were quickly put to bed after his dominant showing during the 2022 NBA Finals. With Durant requesting a trade away from the Brooklyn Nets and starting the rumor mill, the Warriors were discussed as one of the top teams to land him, due to their combination of picks and young talent. ESPN's Jalen Rose forecasted what would happen should Durant return to the Bay Area. KD is going to get a lot of slander, Rose said on an episode of Get Up. Rose also added that it was great to see the Warriors win a championship before Durant joined, and it was awesome to see him win 2 when he arrived. However, Rose says the relationship between the Warriors and KD changed after the Dubs won the 2022 Finals. Mainly, if Durant were to go back to the Warriors, most fans will realize that Steph was the main cog during those championship seasons. Everybody is going to look at that as a boost to the legacy of Steph Curry, not to the legacy of Kevin Durant, Rose concluded. It makes sense why Rose would say that to an extent. In the 3 seasons since Durant left, the Warriors went from having the worst record in the league to NBA champions. Part of that was due to KD leaving, but also the rash of injuries that crippled Thompson for 2 years, Curry for 1, and Green in the most recent one. Then, coming together and bouncing back proved that the core was always there, and Kevin Durant was the insurance to make sure that what happened in their second of 5 straight finals appearances didn't happen again. It didn't, and they proved once he left that he wasn't vital to their championship success, which you'd think would ensure a legacy for Curry. It's very curious, though, how people choose to talk about Steph Curry at times, because they'll very easily say that he is the best pure shooter in the game today, or one of the best in the NBA right now. But when it comes to his legacy and where he ranks all time, they get cold feet. Even after getting his 4th ring and leading his team to those victories a lot of the time, people are still hesitant to label him as a top 10 all time. It's truly mind-boggling. There are some out there who put him much higher on the list than others because of his skills, while others still claim that KD is better overall. KD is now stuck with the Nets, barring a miraculous trade. And Curry, he's getting ready for another run at the finals so he can get his 5th ring. If that happens, and everyone doesn't put him in their top 10 list, then they're biased and idiots. You heard it here first. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at how Kevin Durant almost returned to the Warriors and what some analysts thought about the possibility? Were you amazed that this was almost the result we got? What would have happened had they gotten KD and shored up their lineup one more time? Do you think that KD will win a championship in Brooklyn or ultimately end up back with the Golden State Warriors down the road? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.